Hi again, Risa here, back with another episode of Ask Risa. In fact, this is my last episode of Ask Risa for 2019. But don't worry, I'll be back in 2020 with more wedding planning tips and answers to your questions. So today I am going to answer a question that I get asked a lot and actually was asked earlier today. What is the difference between a coordinator who comes with your wedding venue and a coordinator that you hire on your own? I do not work for a venue. I am an independent wedding planner and coordinator. I work for myself. There are venues out there that will tell you that they provide a day of coordinator. And so people are confused about whether they need their own separate actual wedding coordinator. And I'm here to tell you what the differences are between those two things. There's three big differences. First, the person who works as the venue coordinator works for the venue. The venue is their employer and is their boss and is their source of income. So if there's ever any sort of discrepancy between what you as the client want and what the venue wants, they're always going to side with the venue because that's who butters their bread, so to speak. And when you hire your own separate independent wedding coordinator like what I do, we work for you. You as the couple are our boss for that wedding. We're gonna do everything we can to make you happy. Now, that's not to say that the venue coordinator doesn't want to make you happy. That's not true. They definitely want you to be happy. Everybody involved with your wedding wants you to be happy. But their first loyalty is to the venue. It's always going to be to the venue. It's not going to be to you. Somebody you hire separately, their loyalty is going to be to you. And they're gonna do everything they can, bend over backwards to make your day the best it can be. The second big difference is that venue coordinators are overworked. It's so many weddings you can't even imagine. As an independent, self-employed wedding planner / coordinator, I don't do more than 20 weddings per year because that's about the maximum I can handle and not lose my mind. And I only do one wedding per weekend because I want to give my clients the most attention that I can. I want them to be I want to be 100% focused on their wedding weekend. So I'm not going to do a wedding on Friday and another one on Saturday, or one on Saturday and one on Sunday. Not going to happen. Whereas the coordinators who work at the venue, they could be doing 80 to 100 weddings per year. So that's like 4 to 5 times more weddings than what I'm doing. And they could easily have 3 weddings in a weekend, a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. They are spread very thin. They have a lot of balls in the air and they have a lot of people, demands on their time and demands on their attention and their focus. So they're just not gonna be there for you the way an independent coordinator can be. They literally cannot be there for you the same way because they are stretched thin. They have so much going on. So that is definitely something to think about. And then the third thing is just the ability to have a personal rapport and to handle things for you. So obviously for my full service planning clients, I handle a lot of stuff when it comes to planning their wedding. But even for my coordination clients, I am always there for them. From the time they hire me until their wedding, even if I'm not step-by-step working with them to plan their wedding because I'm just their coordinator, I'm still available to them. If they need advice or they have a question or they need a vendor recommendation or they're just not sure about what to do about something, I'm there for them. I am always happy to answer questions, and I love being a resource for my clients and even for my non-clients, which is why I make these videos and write blog posts to go along with them. I like being a resource. I have a lot of knowledge about weddings. I like to share it with people. The coordinators who work for the venue might like to do that, but they don't have time. They are juggling a lot. They just don't have time to establish that level of personal relationship with, 80 to 100 couples per year, especially when they're juggling multiple weddings per weekend. And as part of that, so when I set up for a wedding, when I'm on site as a coordinator, I'm not just there to oversee the other vendors. That is what I do. I answer questions. I help all the vendors, work together nicely, but I'm also doing a lot of stuff myself. I'm setting up your guest book. I'm setting up your place cards and your table numbers and your, card box, and making your gift and welcome table look really good, and setting up your signage. Your venue coordinator may or may not do that. It kind of depends on the venue and how they have things done. But a lot of them aren't going to do that. They're not going to set up stuff that you bring in. They'll help you with a timeline, and they'll help you with a floor plan and stuff, but they're not going to do all the stuff that an independent coordinator will do. I spend a lot of time, a couple of hours before the ceremony starts, actually just setting things up and checking on the bride and groom and helping the photographer coordinate things and stuff like that. Whereas a venue coordinator is not going to get involved in that stuff. They're more there to make things run smoothly from the venue perspective, especially if they do catering in-house. They're going to be managing the catering and the bar and the timing of all that stuff, and they're not going to be as on top of everything else, like, does the DJ have all the songs queued up correctly? And are the photographers and the videographer ready with the right lenses and lights for like the first dance or whatever? Your independent coordinator is going to think about every single little detail like that. Whereas your venue coordinator, more concerned with how things go from the venue standpoint. So those are 3 big areas. Those are the main differences between a venue coordinator and an independent coordinator. So again, no shade meant to venue coordinators. They have a very hard job, and they are overworked. Let's just be clear about that. They do a lot, but there's a lot that they can't do because of the limitations of their job. So if you really want a personal, hands-on, concierge type wedding service, then you want to hire an independent coordinator, even if your venue provides a coordinator. I definitely work with venue coordinators on a lot of weddings where I am hired independently, but I am working closely with the venue coordinator, and those people are great and they work really hard and we appreciate them. But if you want a really hands-on approach, you're better off hiring a separate independent coordinator. So before I go, quick programming note, if anybody's watching till the end, I have been doing these videos every week for the entire year of 2019. And I am going to scale back a little bit in 2020 because the production schedule is kind of killing me. It's been very difficult to manage to do these every single week. So in 2020, I'm going to cut back and I'm going to be doing them every other week, or as the British say, fortnightly. So you can continue to look for videos. There are blog posts that I write on my website that go with all of the videos, but instead of every single week, they're going to be every other week. And if you have any questions that you want me to answer, or something that you're just confused about your wedding, feel free to send me an email, Risa@risajamesevents.com, or DM me on Instagram, or leave a comment on Instagram, or leave a comment on YouTube, wherever it is that you're watching this video. And thanks for watching along this journey in 2019, and I hope everybody has a wonderful new year and gets 2020 off to a great start. And I will be back in a couple weeks, and we'll kick off the new year of Ask Risa. All right, bye for now.